Another big pick for Zhuo. You can tell, however, that IG did end up going exactly as we predicted. They drafted a bit of a safer bot lane for themselves that...
You can see that Soboro is doing a really good job at just staying healthy as Wei is wrapped around and is potentially looking for Assum.
Assum does have flash.
Oh, he
can't
failed his
flash the thick wall, but Zhuo jumps right on top of him, and Assum's maybe. One of the rough parts about this is that it was an avoidable mistake, something that NIP have been really good about controlling from their side. They're actually going to try and force an error in this mid lane, and will do so. Rookie steps up.
On the top side as well, so he's not going to be able to contest. NIP also don't have a counter punch on the other side because the grubs haven't spawned, but Soboro is walking really
He's
far
not spotted.
up.
Guwon's coming up. Soboro should be dead here. Flash available still for the Rumble. Waiting to try and dodge the stun, but Guwon does not give him that opportunity.
And allowing him to make plays with his jungler.
Care coming up top.
Seconds. Yep.
Now comes the Realm Warp, and Soboro still having flash is going to use it underneath the tower. Care's tanking and will manage to just walk this one out. Laner's really notable as well. HOYA up just about 1,000, but it's going to walk into the brush as Wei goes for an engage onto Guwon. It is HOYA and Soboro fighting just above them. Rookie does try and rotate up to support, but HOYA will be able to finish off the kill on Soboro in the jungle. An unfortunate step, but an understandable one. Let's see if these bullets hit towards the bot side. Photic flashes in the brush, and he steps out right into the final shot in the top side right now and has to teleport back into lane as Guwon goes for another gank in the mid lane right now. Rookie stunned under a tower, and Guwon flashes on him on cooldown. Rookie does flash himself to try and get away, but Care was tanking the tower the whole time, and they're going to get out of that place scot-free. NIP grab a kill.
A lot of resources expended there by NIP. Care, notably in the health department, is very low for his team.
It's certainly been a good news story for the J4, but when I'm noticing the way that NIP position, I don't feel like they are losing control of these drafts.
All things considered, we talked about the lack of front line. As hold that thought, we're just going to keep going crazy on Soboro.
Soboro is flashless. He can do literally nothing.
Goes down easily to top it all off, but I think that NIP are going for this more bloodthirsty style as it just doesn't stop. It just does not stop.
Tempered Fate landing pretty bad for Rookie, but no stun connects onto him. Is he going to try and actually take this bar down? He might still be able to do it. Miasma yet to come out, but Zhuo will walk away, as will Rookie. Guwon, maybe not so lucky, will manage to dash just out of the range of headbutt from Zhuo. Wei reconsidering the engage as well, but this mid
stack that item quicker because Care already has 2 stacks on his Roa with the Rise.
With the Blast Cone, but will instead get over to safety. A wise choice. Assum going head-to-head with Photic in the mid lane. This time is going to pull out the curtain call again. Does this go as poorly for Photic as it did the first time? It will not. Flash once again expended on the ultimate cooldown. Perhaps with their inexperience against teams like IG, are worried about converting on the gold lead that they had around this draft. Enough.
Yeah, certainly is. Mountain Soul going to do a lot in just tanking up these IG members from getting one shot in the fights. Guwon is still looking for plays.
Perfect will connect. I don't think this is the engage. Even Care is antsy on it, but Sabrina's display of talent does stun 3. Zhuo's unbreakable will keep him alive for now, but it does force Wei to tank the last couple shots of this curtain call, taking him to just below half HP. This likely going to convert into the final outer turret. Even with the bullet time expended from IG, it will not be in defense of this structure. So while all this pressure is expended towards the bot side, keep in mind that HOYA is simultaneously applying pressure in the top lane, and the macro is still working.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rookie not going to be able to get a pick with that ultimate. NIP though, just now waiting in the wings, but hey, Wei's got a flag. That gives you vision.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, that vision not nearly enough. NIP, they know there's only one person in this jungle, and they take him down, having taken out the jungler at 21 minutes. Opens things up for the Baron in ways that any other pick would not.
I love this. Immediately, NIP do what we said they needed to do. Look for picks, don't go for team fights, and then convert that into an objective. It'll be Baron, and now this does so much in allowing for NIP to push up these side lane waves. Going to be able to immediately get away from that. IG relying on that 5v5 front to back, but they don't have any control over this bot side, and that just means Dragon, for the first time, going to belong to NIP, and they are very thankful for it, as this does deny the soul.
But they are in charge of this game, and it is their job to close things out as quickly as possible. About a minute left on this Baron, and that seems like enough time for HOYA to take the mid lane tower. Well, we've got a curtain call channeled in the bot lane, once again, just to buy a little bit of space. NIP are playing this extremely non-committally, and that is working out hugely in their favor. Tempered Fate finally going to go out. This mid lane, or rather bot lane tower gets finished off, but Guwon with the supreme display of talent knocks Photic back into the team. Cataclysm answers. Guwon will go down, but underneath the tower, Wei gets locked up and taken out by HOYA. Soboro wants to finish him off, but even through the stasis, it will be HOYA that survives with a triple kill for NIP.
And Rookie has to panic TP back to the base to save face. IG all get ripped apart. I don't even know if that was a supreme display of talent from Guwon, given that it didn't immediately kill anyone. It was more like a, you know, decent talent show in middle school display of talent. But Rookie now, the only person alive to defend the base as Zhuo does respawn. NIP are just looking to end this game, Dia.
They know they're driving. If they didn't know before, they know now. NIP, since that Baron, have had confidence infused into their gameplay. An awesome flashing for the fourth shot. That's just the cherry on.
IG do have all the while a mid lane wave is pushing in. IG are being pulled apart, Dia.
No more Baron, but Chains of Corruption are absolutely available. HOYA pressuring with that from the side does force the Cataclysm out of Wei. Kara is going to go golden temporarily, but straight into the miasma has to go
nice
golden
hit.
Again to survive. Chains of Corruption landed on the back line, but you have lost your mid laner in the meantime. NIP really want to finish a fight underneath this tower, but Soboro plays the range perfectly as Rookie's now found an isolated HOYA, and he's got Zhuo alongside him to find an answer to the NIP siege. Photic picks up a kill, and IG refuse to go down quietly in game one. Search for a pick. While they do that, while they wait, they can take a dragon.
There really is no reason for IG to leave their broken, just start up this Baron, and I love this. They're forcing IG to respond. It's a risky play. I mean, Wei's also taking a lot of Barons, so maybe this 50-50 king can do it.
He's got Smite. Tempered Fate is enough, though. NIP could burn the Baron, but they are not going to in time. Zhuo has to get away, and Wei is still waiting over the wall. It's too risky of a situation for NIP to finish things off. But it might be just the perfect time for IG to take the tempo play in their favor. Guwon has 400 HP, and he now has to steal this. 5,000, 4,000, Guwon goes over and does not steal the Baron. Instead, it's Zhuo that secures it.
Zhuo, you know, he's the best jungler on IG. They get the Baron, they stave off this game for a little bit longer, and suddenly...
Maker, in this game, I did not mean by jungling himself. That was not the intended consequence of my words or even any... To wrap this one up, Photic, even Rookie don't have a whole lot of autonomy in how they set
play from IG. I mean, look at that gold difference that they have managed to make. It hasn't been, oh, hang on, HOYA. Wei, no way!
He's CC'd for much too long. Will he be again? Zhuo shows up, and yes. Unfortunately, a Cosmic Binding means that for Wei's entire 2 health bars, he could not play the game.
And now NIP are just going to march down mid. They don't have a tower to worry about. This Baron buff is also wearing off, so it's going to be easier for NIP to siege against the incoming Invictus Gaming minion waves in mid lane. Care as well does have the Realm Warp, so they have a numbers advantage for about 40 seconds. Let's see what they can do with it.
Tempered Fate already used. We're waiting on some cooldowns, especially like the Chains of Corruption from HOYA, to find yet another engage. However, with Dragon spawning in 30 seconds, it might be just the right time for NIP to pack away, bait the objective, and eventually take it themselves, as that will keep IG from finding another fight, and then the Soul, which was we already mentioned, would be a disaster.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but NIP, Soul might be a legitimate win condition for them at this point. We can see both teams are now posturing. If NIP get this, it'll be 3 for them. They have to make sure they do, or at least win the fight to where if IG get the steal, that Mountain Soul is not going to matter. It could all end right here as NIP have started up the Dragon.
FHP and Waze in the pit. This is going to come down to a 50-50 smite, but he flashes over the wall away from the Dragon. Now it is the team fight that IG must win. Flash forward from Rookie with the Petrifying Gaze is going to pick up a kill on Zhuo, while Assum at just, I'm going to say 700 HP, is walking this one out. NIP, they take the Dragon, but they lose the fight.
Yeah, NIP denied that soul point win condition, but they're just now running down Assum. He's going to use the blue buff for movement speed on the autos, but NIP lose 3, and now it's going to be Care and Assum who have to defend these structures in mid lane for another 20 seconds or so before their teammates can respawn.
And even with that fight going the way that it did, I was hesitant as to whether IG would walk away with the victory in it, as the Dragon was secured by NIP. Wei is literally flashing away from the fight, but it is Wei that steps
out this Alistar, so no surprises available for IG, and now he's completely separated from the rest of the team. They're just going to pull the trigger.
This should be an easy pick. NIP didn't even have to set this one up, but IG are on the way, and Zhuo decides to turn things around. Unbreakable Will and a Flash Pulverize with a Tempered Fate to cut off the damage from Photic and Wei. Now it's a turnaround by NIP. 2 big engages from the supports, and, well, neither will result in death. It will result in NIP grabbing a Dragon and the Soul.
And they will get that Soul, like you said. Really good attempt at
starting for an engage. He has got to play in everyone's face and wait for the Headbutt Pulverize to connect. Once shown up, Tempered Fate stalls out the Baron a little while longer as HOYA emerges into the pit, but it will be IG that get what they came for. Baron goes their way, and Zhuo, flashless as he is, gives up his life.
And they're really going to have to walk up, but again, they have numbers advantage. Do they want to try and end it here, or are they just going to go for the double inhib?
Cataclysm into the Equalizer and into the Chains of Corruption. Flash forward from Rookie, and the bullet time over the top of it. It starts the fight off well for IG. Soboro flashes on top of HOYA, and it will be Photic that finishes the job, flashing on top of him as well. Double kill for Photic, and Rookie chasing down Guwon for the final kill. We've got a teleport coming in as well. This is a dead Guwon. Zhuo knows it as well. Headbutt into the Pulverize, sets him up for his mid laner to knock him down. GA gets popped, and 4v5, IG win the fight off a brilliant engage.
And Wei with the Cataclysm sets up Photic. Rookie with the Petrifying Gaze. IG lair all of their ultimates. The front to back comp finally finds its mark. And NIP, 11,000 gold lead be damned. We're only in game number 1, and already the bangers are starting to pile on.
NIP crumble to IG like